Come on, baby. Whoa, you shot the fuck out of me.
I got another little side project I want to get knocked out today while I'm out here fooling around with the go-kart. I painted the walls white in the garage because they were just dry lock painted gray, and it really made the shop dark. Now, granted, I went through and put some extra lights in and whatever, LED stuff, and it's brightened it up a lot. I did the ceiling black just to take some of the reflection off of the ceiling down, tone it down a little bit, like diffuse it. But I painted a couple things in here already, and it's kind of irritating me. It's blowing a lot of the paint dust and dust in general around, sticking to the walls, and it kind of looks poopy. Not real happy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a sand surround, shroud, encapsulation, box, cover, whatever. I'm going to put a filter. Now I may do even filters on the sides, but either way, whatever gets sucked in is going to get trapped on the filter. So hopefully that'll take care of this wall area here. Level 4 You get the point. Alright, so I got the frame tapped onto the wall. Now I'm going to cut some sides out of some old plywood I got, and I'll make a slide on the outside face of this for the filter to actually slide into. I had to bring you guys over to show this because if I didn't show it now you wouldn't believe it. So this is an old cover that was on the outside of an air conditioner unit on the garage here. So what I need is 28 times 3 10-inch pieces. Got my pieces cut and I'm sticking them up here. Nothing really to it. Line them up on the edge and put the screws to it. I think you guys kind of understand what I'm trying to achieve here now. Now you're going to want to use drywall screws for sure, so you get that extra grip, that torque, that extra power on it. I mean, look at that, just sucking it in. I always use drywall screws because that's what I have right now, so that's what it's getting. Now I'm going to build this outer frame, and then the framing here where the corners are seeing the gaps. That'll all be framed in and suck the wood in. Outside frame, filter will be on the face. Filters are 20 by 20, so I'm going to make a cleat landing on 3 sides. Filter will slide in, and then this will be cleated. It'll hold the filter. We should be good. Walk you guys real good so you can see. The bottom's open because I am going to build another frame down there and run another filter there. So from the bottom and the front will be good. I think that'll be plenty. Worst case scenario, I can always pull the sides off and put more filter there. Okay. So like this. Now I'm going to make me a couple little cleats here to hold it. We're in good shape. Okay, well, I'm done for now. I ran out of 1x2. I need another little piece here to finish that off. The filter will slide in and out. I can actually just do another runner slide piece to overlap down, and that should be good. So another project done. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Got the old Vevor diesel heater running. Thing's pretty sweet. The only bad side is to it, the fuel pump clicking all the time. But I've put this off long enough. Let's go ahead and get the exhaust on it, put some oil in it, get some gas in it, and we'll fire this thing off for the first time. We'll hear what our exhaust sounds like. We want to put a cam in this thing and remove the governor. So let's go ahead and do this and fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. All right, should be a pretty simple setup here. Got one gasket and 3 bolts. Hopefully it's not all cracky and poppy and all that good stuff. Man, this thing is dusty. There we go. Man, I hope this thing doesn't end up sounding like a Honda Civic. Nice and snug. Tighten up our hanger here. Grab some oil. Some gas. Okie dokie. So, all we got on hand is some 1030 high mileage. And we're going to throw a little Marvel Mystery on it for a little extra razzle dazzle. This thing holds half of a quart. This is going to be a disaster for sure. Now you might ask, why would you put Marvels in a brand new engine? Well, because it's marvelous. It's a mystery. I mean, we don't even know what's in it. But it does stuff, I would imagine, or else they wouldn't tell it. Okay, a little petrol, and we'll kick this thing off. This is going to be a disaster too. Surely that's enough. You're going to definitely splash it all over the tank so it drips down on the exhaust and the head, and definitely won't catch on fire for sure. Okay, we'll see what happens. Ignition on. turtle. Turn the gas on. We are on start. Maybe a little throttle. That sounds way better than I thought it would. Holy macadocious. That thing is loud. But I think it sounds pretty good. Like, I'm tickled with that. Holy cow. Now, in order to properly break in your engine and really set the heat wrap and the heat tank on the exhaust, you immediately want to rev the guts out of it as soon as you start it. That'll just cinch it right in. Let's let it idle for a while. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to try it one last time. It keeps like blowing the mic out. So I'm going to take the mic way away from it and we'll start it up and see if it catches it this time. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. Kind of a shorter one. Twofer though. Dumb little project there with the exhaust fan. Getting a filter set up on that thing. Hopefully it keeps the crap from blowing around in the shop and bouncing off the fan. Got this thing fired up and broke in proper. So you definitely a dash of marbles, and as soon as it fires, like within 3 seconds, just rev it to the moon because you want to seat those rings right in. I mean, just hammer it. And then that'll also, it's kind of a twofer also, because that exhaust heat paint that you put on there and then the header wrap, it'll cook it, just cinch it right down. That's where you want it. So, jack shafts, sprockets, chains, pedals, brakes, next video, blasting through it, show you how it is at the end more or less. But this thing will be running under its own power. We will ride it on the next video that you see this go-kart. Vega, you have to order some sheet metal. Need to order some smaller diameter tubing to finish up some of the bracing. Finish mocking up roughly some of the front stuff, accessory stuff, because I did change the placement of the engine from the original placement of the engine. So it's just kind of modifying some brackets and stuff for the air-to-air, make sure everything still fits, and start putting some interior panels in this thing, in the floor, the firewall, the rear wheel wells, wheel tubs, all that, wrap that up. I'm hoping by spring, and not by like the first day of spring, by like the end of spring / summer, this thing's done running and driving under its own power. So a lot of work to do. I'm a one-man band, but I'll get it done. I always do. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're just shy of the 4,000 subscriber mark. Make sure that you click the subscribe button, click the like button, go back and watch some of the old videos if you haven't seen them all. There's a whole series on the go-kart, a whole series on the Vega, and then a bunch of side project stuff like the air filter thing that I did on the exhaust fan. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.